Good morning, everyone. I guess it's late morning. I haven't had a good start today, but I've been really emotional and upset this morning and anxious and just didn't know where to put it. So I just thought I'd get on here and talk to you guys and or whoever's listening. I know there's not many, but just to see if that helps. But today's radiation day, my first one. I'll be there a couple of hours and don't really know what to expect, but I just know I have to be there. You know, this cancer has not only taken over my life, but sometimes I feel like it's just ruined it. I mean, and I'm just, I'm going to try not to cry on this video. I'm going to do my best, but, I've told everyone I've been struggling, paying bills and keeping up with everything, and so my credit did get ruined. I mean, I try to keep on top of what I absolutely have to have, and, so I did have to let some credit cards go, and, I'm sure that happens to everyone. But anyway, so I had a job interview last week that I was really hopeful for, and, interviewed, and that went really well, and it was going to be an at-home job, and it was going to work around the schedule I needed for radiation, and, just save my car, save on gas. It was just going to be a huge blessing. Well, I got offered the job yesterday, and, I spent last night super excited about it, preparing, and then, thinking about the future and how, I might things might be looking up. And anyway, this morning I got a phone call that they're rescinding the job offer because of my credit score, which I'd already told them about my cancer I'd already told them my credit was not great. Anyway, so that was just a huge blow, and I just wasn't expecting that, especially since I was forthcoming with that information. And, I think it does show, or it tells a lot about that company. It's a credit union around here. Just shows the compassion that they have, and, even if you can't physically work around that, maybe they should consider not offering jobs until you've done credit checks, so you don't get people's hopes up, especially people in my position that, really need a break. Maybe consider that. And, I'm trying not to get upset, but, that's just another mean thing going on with this. I just feel like the world is just so not compassionate, and then it just gets me thinking, all this work, not to mention that my credit was good before all this, had no problems, and I didn't create this system. I didn't create this world, or, in this horrible economy that everyone thinks is so great. I'm not seeing it, but, that's beside the point. I just don't understand. I'm struggling with understanding how this is, I just wonder if it's better in other places, because, they spend all this time and effort, trying to keep you alive, when you have this disease. And you're supposed to be grateful and thankful for it, and, I understand that. They're doing their best, but what's the end game? Like, if you just come out of it completely ruined, and you can't, make a living or get anywhere or get out of the hole you're in, you're just completely screwed. What is the point? Like, what is the point of all that time and effort? I'm just really, really down. And I live at the doctor's office, but yet, I'm just supposed to be able to figure that out. Like, I got to be there every day. I got to make sure I have gas to get there. But I'm just really down, and I really could use some prayers. Because it just seems like nobody cares. And I'm not, like, the world is so ugly, and especially now, I mean, everything is terrible. I mean, prices are high. I mean, everything is unattainable for people like me. And, it's really, I'm trying not to question God or, be angry, because it's just, there's no point in that. But I just don't understand. It's like, if he knew that I wasn't going to be, that this job wasn't for me, what was the point of putting me through the long interview process and multiple interviews and getting the offer just to rescind it? Like, what was, I just don't understand the point of anything. It's not like I wanted to be in this position. I didn't ask to be here in this position. So, if anyone has any advice for that, I mean, I don't know if anyone does. I don't think I'm the only one that's completely ruined. And gonna spend the next half of my life trying to fix that. If I even can. I'm just having a really bad day. And I'm not sure what to do about it. So I'll keep DoorDashing and sparking and hope my car hangs on and hope for the best. Try and stay positive. I mean, I'm not always positive inwardly. Outwardly, I do try, I'm always nice to smile, but inside I'm just a complete wreck. And, I'm angry inwardly. At this country for not having better policies in place, and it just, you know, just feeling completely worthless. So, anyway, thanks for listening to me talk. I know these aren't fun videos, and you see all these videos on, and I mean, I watch, you know, some channels for fun, you know, just about travel and people doing things and going to Disney and going here and going there, and you know, they used to make me happy because I just, you know, I wanted to see people happy, but sometimes it just gets to you, it's like, you know, how blessed and lucky they are. I wish, you know, that could be me for once. But that doesn't help anything. I mean, this is my life, and I just wish it would get better. I'm gonna go. I'm just not feeling very good emotionally, so I appreciate anybody who does listen. Thank you so much. I know there are people out there like me, and I wish it could get better for all of us. All right. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all.